To show you how to edit a page in a Creative Stream site. So the first thing we do is we give the site a page heading. That's what appears at the top of the page, and then we give you to menu title. So this is the menu title here, what appears in the navigation menu, and then we have the page name, which is what appears in the URL here. Now this will be auto generated from the menu title when you press save, so there's no need to fill that in. So the page editor is fairly straightforward. It's got all the features that you would have in Word, so if you're used to using Word, that should be easy to use. So the first thing we do is we paste in to a Word file. We paste a Word file into here. It's very important to do this because Word files often have a lot of formatting which can change the styles on the site. So if you ever find that the font in your site is a bit different from other pages, the best thing to do is to highlight everything and then just press the T with an X here, and that basically takes off all the formatting. So the first thing we are going to do is to create some headers and formatting. You can do this with the drop down here, which has a header 2, header 3, header 4, large, small, and I'll show you the other features in a minute. So we're going to make this text large. You can also make text small, which is good for footnotes and disclaimers and things like that. But generally you'd use the normal text here. You can also add bullets, and you can center justify the text, but it's generally better not to, because it can behave weirdly when you resize it. I can't show you here because this is in the editor. And you can obviously make things bold and italic. There is an underlining feature, but I would say don't use it generally because it denotes a hyperlink, so we don't tend to use those. And then you can have subnumerals and supernumerals there, and numbered lists. You can indent and push it back again, and you can also create a block of text which is called a block quote and creates a really nice piece of text that stands out. Try not to do that with too much text. It should be a small amount of text. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a link. So let's just make that there. So normal links to other parts of the site, are done very easily by getting a link from the site. Here we have the butterfly page on Kemp Hospice, and I'm going to press Control or Command on a Mac C to copy that, and then I write in, go to butterfly page. It's a good idea to give links a significant words of text, so don't just say click here, you should say what the page is in some way. Then you go to link here and you press Control or Command V to paste it in, and then you press OK. Now you can turn this into a button by going down here and finding button. There you go. The next thing is external links, so links which go to other pages, other websites. You want to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to say go to Creative Stream site. Again, you go to that site and you highlight, Control C, and then you highlight this and click on the link and then paste it in, Control V. But you do something a bit different this time. if you go to Target and choose New Window Blank, that means that the website will open in a different window or tab. This is so that you're not sending people away from your site. So again, I'm going to turn that into a button. And that's an external link. So next thing is an email link. Email person, and this time you're going to go to this, but you're going to select email from the drop down menu, and I'm just choosing an email address that doesn't exist, just for an example. You can also specify the message subject. It's a good idea to put what page the link was in so that they can track where people are contacting them from. So I'm just going to put demo page message, and you can also put text in here, but obviously the person who's sending the email can change that. So I'm going to do that, and then again we can make that into a button. Okay, the last type of link is a link to a document. Now you may have some PDFs or Word files or MP3s that you want your users to be able to download. So this is how you do it. You highlight as before, click link. Now we're going to press Browse Server, and this will take you to our file storage place, and you select the file. You can also upload files into there if you want to. And then the best thing to do if it's a PDF or something that's going to take them to another page is again to choose New Window Blank. And I can also turn into that into a button. So that's links. Okay, the next thing is inserting images. So I'm going to insert an image now. I'm going to place the cursor at the beginning of the paragraph and click on Images, which is here. You find an image by clicking on Browse Server, and I've got a couple of images here. So we need to type something into the alternative text box. This is so that screen readers can give visually impaired people an idea of what's in the picture. So I'm going to say dried flowers, black and white. You can write whatever you like there, but make it descriptive. And then we can choose whether we want it to be half width or full width, or some sites have third width as well, which is a smaller size. This basically means that however much you resize it, that photo will always be half the width of the text. On mobile it will take up the full width, and then we decide whether we want to align it left or right, or if it's a full width picture we choose full width. So I'm going to choose line right and then press OK. So as you can see, it's gone in there, and if we had any text that was a longer line it would wrap around there. So that's choosing an image. Right, creating an expandable section. Now this is for occasions when you have a lot of content. You don't want to have a massive long page full of the content. It may be content that people want to select, and if they're interested they can look at. So what we're going to do is make this header into an expandable section. So this header will be like the header for the section, and we're going to choose head read more. So that turns that into the expandable header, and then we select the text that we're going to have inside the expandable content. You can do this with FAQs as well. And then we go to div here, and then we choose expandable, and there we have the little box. So what that creates, if I just save and publish quickly and then go here and hang on, I need to remember what I've called this. How to edit a page. How to edit a page. I've written it wrong because there's no forward slash. Okay, so as you can see, all the things that we've put in are there, and this is the expandable section. So you can do several of these on top of each other and they'll all have a title and a read more or a read less. So let's go back to the page where we were editing and down to here. The next thing we're going to do is to embed maps and videos. Now this involves a little bit of text, HTML, but don't worry, it's not too difficult, and I'll show you exactly what you have to do. So maps, you Google the location, so we've got Kemp Hospice here, and what we're going to do is to go to this hamburger menu here, and you can just adjust it, make sure it's in the right place where you want and the right size, and then I'm going to click on there and go to share or embed map, embed a map, and then what we can do, we can either keep it at this size or we can do something clever, and I'm going to choose 300 pixels, so it's going to be 300 pixels tall, and you can see how big it is by pressing on preview there. And then we copy the HTML, we go back to our admin thing here, and what we do now is write map here in the place where you want the map. Now this is so that when we go into source here, which is where we look at the HTML, we'll be able to see where it is. So we scroll down till we get to map here, and then we press Command V or Control V if you're on a Windows computer, and it will paste in that HTML for you. And we go find it, and it will be in an iframe, which is just means it's bringing it in from Google. Now the last thing we're going to do is to make sure it resizes. So we're going to go down here and we're going to choose external fixed, and that means that whatever size the browser is, the map will always be 300 pixels tall. So I'll show you that in a minute. And then we press source, yes, and we're doing all that. Fixed height from the drop down menu, and in a minute I'll show you that you can see the map. Now videos, we're going to do the same thing but slightly differently. So we've got a video here. Now on YouTube, you can do this with Vimeo as well. I think it generally has a little share button there, but you go to share and then embed, and you can even start the video at a certain point if you want to. You just let it run until it's at the right place, then you click start at. But the main thing is to copy this text just like we did with the map, and you go back here and we're going to write video here again, press source, we go down until we can find video here. There it is, and then we press Control or Command V, and again we've put that in there. So we scroll back down, find the iframe, and this time we're going to choose external 16:9, which is a general ratio of aspect ratio of a video. So that will mean the video stays the width of the content no matter how big the browser is. So that's pretty much everything you need to know. The editor also has the usual features like spell check and search and replace, horizontal rules and symbols. You can use tables, but they tend to be a little bit tricky because they don't always render well in mobile views. So if you do have an extensive need for tables, we do have a couple of solutions we can offer you. So get back to us and we'll see what we can do. So enjoy your site and let us know if you have any problems. We'll be very happy to help you out. And I'm just going to show you the page that we've created. And there's the map. And if I just resize the browser, you can see that it's resizing with the browser, and the same with the video. It will resize like that. So that's everything. Happy editing.